Hi, I'm Julia Herring. I am a diver at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, and I'm a junior. I think some of the best advice I've been given by my coaches and my mentors is truly to just trust the process. It's sometimes really hard to see the end goal of where you're going and what all the work you're putting in is getting you to, especially when you get to a pretty elite level and all the details are so minute, so fine-tuned that it might feel like you're not necessarily improving every day, but tracking your progress, making sure you're understanding how you're winning and how you can improve every day. That's made a really big difference for me in how I view my training and how I view my performance. A coach that was never actually my coach, but someone that I almost committed to, he told me that you shouldn't ever commit to a coach. You should commit to the school. You need to be all around happy with the decision that you make, knowing that if something happened with your sport, you would still want to be in that place because that place is meant for you. And you didn't just go there for a person that may or may not permanently be there. Some of the most important things I focus on regarding my training is honestly, there isn't anything that's more important than the rest, but I find that I need to put a lot of intention into everything I do, and that's something that has been almost a new concept to me with my coach here at Madison. Quick background, I'm a transfer student, so this is my first semester here, and I have an opportunity to train with a two-time Olympian, and he's a phenomenal coach telling me things I've never heard before. But what's really important for him is that we do everything for a reason, and that reason should lead us to our end goal, whether that's at end of the season goal, an end of the day goal, anything like that. So when it comes to recovery, eating, lifting, diving, stretching, dry land, water practice, for us, it's nonstop all the time, all year long. It's a year-long season. So for me, I need to come into practice every day with the intentions of I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to meet the goals that I've set for myself that day. That way, if I have the goals set for myself each day of the week, then I know I've had a successful week if I meet those goals. Or then maybe I can compare it to how I do in the previous weeks, how I was feeling. But it's also important to me that I don't overwork myself. I need to be able to wake up every day and feel ready to go. And if I do too much one day, that might make the next day or the next day after that harder. And with that comes a lot of recovery and a lot of taking care of your body. I am very big on eating clean. I kind of always grew up that way, so I avoid processed foods, anything like that. It's almost essential to fuel your body right, eat enough, have the energy to do what you need to do. And especially in a sport like diving that's really mentally challenging, we need to have that energy to get up on 10 meter and do something that most people couldn't ever imagine themselves doing. So just overall, having intention in what you do, in everything you do, is pretty crucial for me. Recruitment was a whirlwind for me. It is an exhausting time. And if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, they're lying because you have to keep up with a lot of things. You have to know how much to give to one coach, how much to give to another, how much interest to show because you want to get the best offer. You want to not lose any offers that you have. It's a balancing act for sure. And unfortunately, my recruiting process out of high school did not necessarily go how I wanted it to. I was very, very good coming into my junior year, and then at after a large competition in our USA diving season, I broke my ankle. And that was really hard to recover from and ultimately led to me having an entire ankle reconstruction surgery almost 2 years ago. So after that injury, I definitely lost a lot of the offers that I had because it's kind of hard for coaches to put past the fact like, oh, she's injured. What are the chances of her coming back from that and things in that regard? But at the end of the day, Alabama gave me a good offer. I loved my coach. I loved the school. And it was never somewhere I expected myself. If you had asked me 2 or 3 years prior, Alabama was not where I thought I'd end up. And it was the right decision for me then, and I was so grateful to be there, and I had a great experience. But now here I'm at Madison. So quick background on that, I guess, is I don't know if y'all are familiar at all with the NCAA versus House lawsuit that's been going on, but I unfortunately was a victim of those roster limits. And that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever been through in my entire life, because I was a redshirt medically my sophomore year at Alabama, and I was told I had nothing to worry about. I just keep doing what I needed to do, keep recovering, doing my rehab, going to class, being a good teammate. And the next thing I know, my entire life was pulled out from under me. And I had to roll with the punches. I had to finish out my semester, and I entered the transfer portal. And it was terrifying because I had no idea what was to come. And fortunately for me, I had made a lot of connections in my career as a junior and as a junior diver, and then in college, and I performed very well my freshman year at Alabama. So I had more offers out of the transfer portal than I did out of high school. And for most people in my situation, that was very, very rare. And so I was very blessed in that situation. And then even with the schools that I had offers from, especially Wisconsin, this is where I wanted to be the most, and it worked out clearly, but they went through an entire staff change. So I was recruiting, waiting around for them to bring in new people, bring in a new dive coach, and it just happened to work out perfectly. And I'm here, I'm diving with an absolutely phenomenal coach at a school that I'm getting a amazing degree at, with teammates who I love and adore and who support and love me. And it was financially the right choice. So yeah, that's my story on that. But overall, recruiting is hard. It's long, and it's going to feel like it never ends, and things might not work out. But I'd say to just be persistent and don't give up on an opportunity that you think might be a little too far out of reach for you, simply because you never know where other people are going to end up. You don't know what's going to change. You only have what you have control over. And the more action you take initially in that process, the better off you'll be. So send emails. Don't wait for people to reach out to you. I emailed every single school that I thought I might want to go to. And in both scenarios, both recruitment processes, it worked out. And I was happy where I was at. Why Wisconsin? There are so many reasons why Wisconsin. I came on my visit here this past April. So this is my first semester in Madison. And the second I stepped on campus, I almost instantly knew that I wanted to be here, just because of the energy that Madison brings, the beauty of the campus. The athletic facilities themselves are just phenomenal. I don't know if you're familiar with our pool and our aquatic center. It's just phenomenal. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And getting to dive at that pool every day is a gift and a blessing, and I love it. I also chose Madison because of my major. I'm a civil engineering major, and this is one of the better public institutions for engineering in the country, so that's really exciting. And so that I get to pursue such a good degree in that sense. And otherwise, I would say the coaching staff. The coaching staff that I was initially recruited by is not the coaching staff I committed to, but they are amazing people, and they bring such great light to the pool deck, and I just love it here. Some advice I would give to younger athletes trying to get where I am today, or that I wish someone had told me when I was in that position, is to never sell yourself short. There is never something too far out of reach or a school that's too good for you if you are willing to put the work in to get there and put the work in once you get there. I think there are so many more things that go into making a good athlete than just straight talent. And what I've realized is that some people, even on my own teams in the past, don't understand what it takes to be here because they have been successful in the past just with their skill. But it takes a really unique person to be here and do what we do. and to never give up on yourself in the belief that you are capable of that is very, very important. Hi, I'm Julia Herring. I go to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I am on the women's swimming and diving team, and I'm a diver. And you can check me out on Next Level Prep.